Dear colleagues, I'd like to start my topic with a small to do how according to the Social Safety report of Ukraine, by the result of the Russian invasion, the disabled people since the 25th of the February last year to the right now have been has been increased, has been improved to the 300,000 people, and certainly Ukraine social safety have not didn't find connection with the military actions of the U- of the Ukraine. Um, Jesus, the first part of my topic uh, uh, will be the national campaign of the Russian Federation and which sent my messenger in my smartphone. So we have data of the 1897 to the period of the 2022. But I'm studied by the quantitative Russian native since the period of the Gorbachev reconstructions. No, sorry, no, since the period of the Brezhnev diet to the last day. So I have idea that Soviet Union destroyed, fell down as an empire due to the Soviet manager group with the under leadership of the KGB of the USSR decided that the quantitative Russian in the last day or last year's rule of the Leonid Brezhnev fell down in the leadership of the for all quantitative population of the Soviet Union. Here we have stories with the Vilnius attack at the tower of television and the Tbilisi in 1991 and Baku stories and also Stepanakert earthquake. This is this is a story of the for complex for all stories and disasters and other events. Mostly of them was inspiration of the CPSU, former Communist Party, and the KGB of the USSR. And so this is a long story and need a special analysis. But today, Russian native people in Russia Federation contains two-third for all population of the Russian Federation, about 105 million people out of the 147 million people. Totally without the new territory Zaporizhia, Kherson, Donetsk, maybe Donetsk, I don't know. So in that case, we have data about the Crimean Tatars in the all calculation of the native contents of the Russian Federation. So the biggest losses of the Russian native started since the not only period after the after the death of the Leonid Brezhnev and Gorbachev reconstruction. The quantitative decreasing of the people Russian native in the Russian Federation started since the have been since the 1991. So this is mostly people were living in the Russian Federation in the quantity of 190 million people. 90 million people, and to the start of the rule of Vladimir Putin and the year 1999 or 2000. This is a term have means they fell down native people, Russian native, 3 million, 3 million people, and but were very amazing and so very sympathies how the Russian native people during the since the 2000 to the 2021 decreasing 10 million people. So this is this may be tragedy for the Russian people. Every year during the 22 years, Russian native people losses 500,000 people. This is this is a terrible disaster. Totally, I think the Russian manager group in general didn't think about the keeping nation, and certainly this is attention of the verse of the Alexander Solzhenitsyn about keeping people to keep people. This is a division or maybe only the propaganda. Meanwhile, I had attention about the small Ukraine, small native nations in the who living in the Russian Federation. Here, the Ukraine native in Russia have the second place. Second place have people who didn't name own national belonging, but there are small people and certainly the small native at the Буряты, Марийцы, Удмурты, Мордва, Tatar, not Tatar more, have a population in Russian Federation not more half a million people, but 350,000 people named as a Tajiks native. So another story with the Armenia and Azerbaijan. Armenian people how a million people. Azerbaijan's about 1 million people living in the Russian Federation, and certainly the most people who have a national state formation in the Russian Federation. This is Tatarian people, about 5 million people. Tatarian people who have 5 million people. So this is a policy of the rule of Vladimir Putin during the 23 year, how the Russian native have beaches losses for whole history of for even the Yeltsin's period. This is not more losses for the Russian native people. Certainly, I must to attention about this story how the Russian native more losses in the Ukraine due to the Donetsk Lugansk militias have mostly contains just people who named as a Russian native of them. Before the second part of my topic, I must note the contacts White House and the Hanoi capital with the communist regime, and about it have had special sentence, special words used President Joe Biden in the week of the higher level of the Union nation. And right now, according to the information that after the visit of the U.S. President Joe Biden into Hanoi in the 11th of the September 10 it's not important. The hands had agreement about the supplies weapon from the United States to the Vietnam. So right now, United States supplies only the ships of the Coast Guard and another small weapon. And right now, United States have a plan to supply to the Vietnam F-16s, F-16s, and White House, Pentagon, understanding that this is weapon more expensive than that weapon from Russia. Vietnam have a problem with in the foreign policy with China, who want capture the islands in the south east China's Sea. Want to have modern and sophisticated adequate weapon. And Vietnam every year spend $2 billion for the buying weapon. And certainly the United States studying this as Vietnam as a country, as a consumer of the techniques. And certainly this is a knife. This is nail knife with the prices of the weapon from the United States and Russia. White House started the question about mm, the financial sketch of the support of the granted weapon to the Vietnam, communist Vietnam. So this is not ambitious plan. This is a very interesting situation, and this is a real story with the struggle for the market of the weapon. The second part of our job, the Wall Street Journal had named how the billionaires have a relationship with Elon Musk and Tim Cook. So this is another story which published the Wall Street Journal. I think this is a joke before the weekend. Before the weekend. And the second part of my job is the result of the trip Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky to New York, Washington, and Canada. So we will discuss only the military aids from the North American country to the Ukraine, which have a fight with the Russian invasion. So the first totally very interesting situation, the story with the supplies of the Framework sum of 325 million US dollars, including the supplies the rocks attackers. So this is despite the Russia have potential to the destroyed in the flight. In the flight, this is rockets. This is very interesting weapon with using of the new technologies. So the first features of this is rockets attack from the ground basic. This is a rocket can to use the HIMARS equipment. The first and the second, the United States will be supplies rockets with the cluster hit ball. So the by fact this in fact this is warhead doing the unuseful the system of the destroyed this is the rockets in the flight. So if there is 300 and even the S-400 will fall down. This is a rocket. This is a rocket. The warhead of it will be bring for the heat of this is anti-air system more I don't know how much more fragments small bombs. And this is the one feature. Also, this is the use of the ATACMS are very cheaper in comparison. In comparison, the aviation complex Storm Shadow. About it, we will take below. We will speak below. Due to that, it's need to use previously HIMARS equipment. HIMARS equipment, and by the effect that it vary. So the for the defense of the Crimea bridge, Russian defense forces used the smoke that the Ukraine Scalp and Storm Shadows avoid the eyes, his eyes, and don't achieve this is the main target, the Crimea bridge. This is but yesterday Ukraine Air Forces to attacked the state of the Black Sea Fleet. Black Sea Fleet, this is a very very strong military operation was. At first, Ukraine forces directed into the Sevastopol several drones and air anti-defense system thought that is after this drones attack will be end. But then two Airjet Su-24M launched four rockets, Storm Shadows, and anti-air defense with the S-400 had attempt to reject this attack, and then another two Su-24M launched additional the final four Storm Shadows, and the destroyed of the staple of the Black Sea Fleet was very very impressive. A small additional this is office located in the historical building, the monument, I think, by the Russian arrester of a Russian title of the monument of the cultural heritage, according to the title of the Minsk culture of the Russian Federation. Jesus, and the last topic of today. Today, Secretary of State Department Anton Blixt had a statement with the story of the Nagorno-Karabakh. He blamed to impossible use the unacceptable the use forces in this region. The conflict during the 30 years with the certainly it's very bad how the conflict with the long 30 year 30 year the, had the end with the use weapon. This is certainly incorrect. So thank you. Bye bye.